This is John Perkins.
And this is Craig Bell.
Brother Craig, I've heard for years that the word fear not is in the Bible 365 times, one for every day of the year.
Yeah, I've heard that too, John.
But I just read this. It says, what a comfort to believe that there's one fear not for every day of the year. But one writer said this, if Jesus just said it one time, shouldn't that be enough? We'll talk about fear on Take 5.
Fear for the soul.
A spy was captured and sentenced to death by a general in the Persian army. Before execution, the general would go through a rather unusual ritual. He would give the criminal a choice between the firing squad or the big black door. This spy was given the usual choice. He deliberated for a long time, then finally decided on the firing squad. Moments later, his life was extinguished. The general turned to his aide and said, "They always prefer the known way to the unknown. It is characteristic of people to be afraid of the undefined. Yet we gave him a choice." The aide himself did not know what fate lay behind the big black door, so he asked the commander. The commander said, "Freedom. And I've only known a few brave enough to take it," he said. So many times, John, we take the familiar over the unfamiliar because we're afraid of the unknown.
Very good.
There's a lot of fear today, John, about the unknown with the things in our society, the COVID and all the uncertainty going on. And it brings up the question, John, is it okay for us to be afraid?
I think we all get afraid of certain things at certain times, and I think that's normal.
I mean, I'm afraid of snakes, I'll tell you that.
David says in the book of Psalms in chapter 56 and verse 3, "What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee." In verse 4, it says, "In God I will praise his word, and in God I have put my trust. I will fear not what flesh can do unto me." So there was a time that David was even afraid, but fear didn't overtake him. I think it's okay to be afraid of snakes and different things, but we can't have that fear overtake us.
Yes, the problem lies when fear hinders us from doing what we know we should do, or it immobilizes us from doing what we need to do. It's almost like Paul was talking to Timothy, 2 Timothy. When Timothy was experiencing fear, he said in chapter 1, verse 7, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." The spirit God gives is power, love, and sound mind. But fear of this kind is also a spirit, but not of God.
That's right. And I think especially the day we're living in now, we got fear of a lot of things, and especially the virus. I mean, who is not afraid of the virus? But what do we do with that fear? Do we just go in panic mode? Do we just completely lose all trust in God, or do we really trust in God when this fear comes upon us?
I just heard today, John, that there's a stats that only 20% of the churches right now in America are open for worship.
Wow.
Because fear has immobilized us. And I understand that the virus is very real. I'm not downplaying that. But we need to think outside of this box. There's got to be ways where we keep worship going in this time, when fear doesn't stop us from continuing on with God's word.
The Bible says to fear not them that can kill your body, but do no harm, but rather fear them that can kill you, both your body and soul in hell. So again, it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be afraid of all the things that's going on, the sicknesses, the diseases. It's okay, but don't let that fear overtake you. The Bible said, "Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world."
And fear becomes a prison to us, John, that we get trapped in where we can't get out, and it torments us. I was reading, John, about many needy miners and settlers in British Columbia who engaged in stripping abandoned Fort Outcan of lumber, electrical appliances, and plumbing. And while they were doing that, they made an amazing discovery. While they were dismantling the jail for the wood and things, they found that the mighty locks were attached to the heavy doors, and 2 inches of steel bars covered the windows. But the walls of the prison were only painted wallboard of clay and paper, painted to resemble iron. A good old heave against the wall by a man of any size at all would have busted right through it. But nobody ever tried to bust through the wall because they thought it was iron and they never thought it was possible. Today, John, many people are trapped by their fears and they don't even try to get free because they don't think it's possible. And the enemy has tricked them. Fear is a liar.
That's very true, Brother Craig.
Let me leave you with these words from Psalm 46. "God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore will not we fear, though the earth be removed, Though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof. There is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacles of the Most High. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge.